Paper Mario, the Origami King, 1 month later. Before we get into this video, I'd like to issue a mild spoiler warning to anyone who hasn't played this game yet. As for the plot, I won't be discussing anything other than the exposition, and I won't be showing any footage of the game past World 2, and most of it will be out of context. So if you think any of that will spoil the game for you, then you have my permission to click off this video. I mean, I was never stopping you from clicking off this video in the first place, but I won't be sad if you do. Anyway, Paper Mario is one of those series that I just have not fully gotten into, and that's mostly because... But hey, at least that makes me unbiased. Actually, I have played one Paper Mario game, and it was a game that I got on a stormy Christmas morning back in 2013. It was Sticker Star. Oh, and this game sucks. It sucks so much. I can't fathom how much this game sucks. I've never had to use the word fathom on this channel before because this game sucks so much. Where do I begin? Well, I won't go too deep into it because this video is about the Origami King, not this steaming pile of garbage that has been ridiculed hundreds of times on the internet. Hey, look at that! I almost felt sorry for it. Basically, everything in this game sucks, specifically the sticker mechanic. You see, this game has peelable stickers plastered everywhere throughout this game's world, and you have to collect them because they are your only means of attacking. And once you use one of your stickers, it's gone, deleted, poof! This meant that any time you ran into an enemy, big or small, you had to waste these precious stickers on them. And these enemies were everywhere, especially leading up to boss fights where you actually needed a healthy supply of stickers to win. And it's not like you could hoard these things either. You could only hold a limited number of them, and there was a limited amount of them in each area. And collecting them was a chore, especially since you were constantly burning through them. And what's even worse is that they brought this mechanic back in the next Paper Mario entry, Color Splash. Fortunately, they removed the peeling part of it and made them just cards, but they were still disposable. Now, when the Origami King was suddenly announced back in May, the first thing I looked for in the trailer was that cursed sticker mechanic. I probably would not have picked up the game if it was present, but hallelujah, it wasn't. Nintendo finally made a fun battle system again. And I actually mean that. I really like the ring mechanic, how you have to line up your enemies within a certain number of moves and a time limit, albeit the time limit is a joke because you can spend as many coins as you have to extend it, and there are just way too many coins in this game. Anyway, your basic stomp and hammer attacks are permanent this time, and you can purchase or find stronger attacks that have a durability, which is fine. I'm okay with these power-ups because you don't have to waste them whenever you fight an enemy. Like the previous games, certain attacks work better on specific enemy types than others, and part of the strategy in this game is figuring out how to line them up in just the right way that allows you to swiftly take them out with as few attacks as possible. And boy is it rewarding when you successfully pull this off and end these battles completely unscathed. Now boss fights change up the system entirely. Instead of you being in the center of the circle, the boss is, and you have to manipulate the reins to approach it. The reins have these Mario Party style action panels on them that you have to line up correctly to approach the boss and attack. Now I like this boss battle system too. I think it adds some good variety to the combat. While the normal system is cool, it can be a little mindless at times. The boss battle system, however, really made me think about what my next move was going to be. Do I head straight in for an easy hit, or do I go out of my way to regain some health points by arranging the hearts in my path? How am I going to get past these obstacles in my path? Or better yet, how am I going to use them to my advantage? These are things that I don't really have to think about in the normal battle system because there is usually only one correct way to line up the enemies. Overall though, I like the ring system. It's new and innovative, and it's not the sticker mechanic. Now, would I prefer the ring system over a more traditional system like the one in the Thousand Year Door? Probably not. But I haven't played that game yet, so I don't get to be biased. But what would a decent combat mechanic be without a compelling story? I'm making a segue here. So in this game, this origami dude declares himself king and kind of takes over the Mushroom Kingdom. He does so by turning many of its inhabitants into folded soldiers, as this game puts it, and man does this game make their transformation into origami sound horrific. Anyway, Mario manages to escape from being folded just before King Ollie, that's his name by the way, wraps 5 color-coded ribbons around the castle and proceeds to push it somewhere else! Of course, it wouldn't be a Paper Mario game without a companion character, and this time we get Olivia, King Ollie's nicer sister who doesn't want Ollie to take over the Mushroom Kingdom because that's evil. Olivia and Mario soon figure out that in order to reach Peach's castle, they're gonna have to take down the 5 color-coded ribbons, which each have a source that is being guarded in a different locale. And there's your quest. Travel through the Mushroom Kingdom, find where each ribbon ends, and slowly unravel the castle. It's a fairly simple plot. Anyone who watched the trailer could have figured that out. Now, thankfully, this game makes up for that in the form of loads of humor and charm. The dialogue in this game is amazing, and that's coming from a guy that doesn't really enjoy reading pages of dialogue in video games. But most of these lines were so funny that I just had to go up to every NPC and see what they had to say. The characters in this game are so well written too, especially the partner characters. Yeah, that's right, partner characters are back. You can't control them or anything, which is super lame, but they can still help you in battle. Now, since the only enemies in this game are the folded soldiers, the writers were able to use Bowser's minions as extra NPCs to add more variety to this game's population. This game is still mostly filled with toads, but most of the plot important ones are given their own unique attributes, such as Sea Captain Toad, or a Professor Toad that allows you to fast travel through fax machines. And it's called fax traveling. I love it. I should probably get into this game's gimmicks, and there are a couple outside of the battle system. Much like Tearaway Unfolded, the main collectible in this game is confetti, which Mario can use to patch up interdimensional black holes in this game's world. Ooh, and speaking of this game's world, it's completely interconnected now. Yep, say goodbye to those stupid, dumb, and stupid world maps from Sticker Stupid and Color Dumb, which no one liked because they were stupid, dumb, stupidly dumb, and dummy stupid. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, gimmicks. With Olivia as your companion character, you have the ability to use magic circles, which are very context sensitive. The most common magic circles are the 1000 fold arms, which cause Mario's arms to become super stretchy accordions that are controlled with motion controls. But don't worry, they're actually not that bad to handle. These arms can be used to peel away chunks of the world, smash things, and make boss fights easier. There are other magic circles too, such as the Vellumental circles that can be unlocked when you beat the corresponding Vellumental. What is a Vellumental? Good question. They are basically Paper Mario gods and are worshipped as such. No, seriously, in the first Vellumental temple I visited, I was asked to present monetary offerings to this being, which were totally not being collected and hoarded by this guy. Religious commentary in a Mario game? Huh. Hey, so why are you leaving the church? Paper Mario. Now, these gimmicks are tolerable, and they don't really get in the way of the main gameplay, that being exploring, solving puzzles, and battling. As far as how they fit into the story, it's a Paper Mario game, why wouldn't it have confetti and magic circles? Of course, this game isn't without its flaws, and the biggest one in my opinion is the lack of an XP system. The only reward you get for battling enemies other than plot progression is coins, which I guess can make you stronger if you buy the right power-ups. But those just don't feel as rewarding as building up your XP and choosing what to level up over the course of a playthrough in my opinion. But other than that, this game's pretty good. So yeah, I like the Origami King. Its plot was full of humor and its battle system was pretty cool. Of course, I'll probably hate this game as soon as I play the 1000-Year Door, but for now, I'll happily gloat over this game's success in front of its older loser brother Sticker Star like any loving, non-toxic parent would. You suck.